Hi Cryptopeeps, hope you're doing well on today's date, and it's 23rd of March 2023, and Bitcoin is running around about 28,000 on my chart here and change. So not doing too bad and up from last week. In fact, doing pretty well this month, beating all the other commodities, all the other things out there, especially the banks. And you guys have seen what's happened this last week with 3 banks going under. The Fed in the US yesterday increasing the interest rates by 0.25%. And today in the UK, the Bank of England doing the same, putting ours up by 0.25% as well. So lots of things happening in the space. So let's get straight to the news for you, shall we? Okay, my first piece of news here is on Finbold. Bitcoin outperforms commodities in 2023, suggesting Bitcoin supercycle is on. As cryptocurrency market continues to demonstrate strength amid the widespread financial crisis that has already toppled several banking giants, Bitcoin has surpassed the key $28,000 price level, in turn outperforming commodities in recent months. Senior commodity strategist at Bloomberg, Mike McGlone, shared his analysis of the flagship decentralized finance or DeFi assets performance in 2023. Which suggests that Bitcoin has outperformed gold, the top performing Allgire commodity, by almost tenfold, as he explained on March 21st. The title here is a super cycle in progress. According to McGlone, such a strong performance of the maiden cryptocurrency compared to commodities may be indicative of a super cycle happening in the crypto. And this is made possible by Bitcoin's nascent stage of low and rising adoption versus diminishing supply. There's a great graph there for you to have a look at. Again, with all this stuff that we're showing you tonight, this is just bites of information. All the links are down below here for you to check out these news sources in full. Please do so. As the strategist highlighted, the above graphic was typical compared with most assets, but what is unique relative to commodities is the 260-day volatility of Bitcoin bottoming from a new low. According to him, if past trends hold, the crypto's volatility is more likely to recover versus commodities when Bitcoin heads towards new highs. On top of that, the commodities expert noted that the current crisis in traditional finance could be helping Bitcoin and stablecoins to come out as a suitable alternative thanks to their advantages as opposed to banks. And he goes on to say here, the banking crisis and issues with fractional reserves may be shining a light on the attributes of Bitcoin and crypto dollars fully backed by treasury bills or T-bills. Lots more on this one there if you want that one. Very interesting news and a good statement there. And good performance of Bitcoin. Doing well at the moment. On the Markets Insider, and this is pretty much breaking news the last couple of hours here, the SEC are seeming to be cracking down on even more companies here. Said the SEC's recent moves against Coinbase and celebrity endorsers show the agency is getting serious about clamping down on crypto. A flurry of action in a single day this week shows the Securities and Exchange Commission is getting serious about regulating the cryptocurrency industry. The SEC charged Justin Sun of Tron, BitTorrent and Rainberry for fraud and market manipulation, as well as 8 celebrities for illegally touting a crypto token without making proper disclosures on Wednesday. And the celebrities include Lindsay Lohan, Jake Paul, and rappers Lil Yachty and Soulja Boy, amongst others. The SEC said it's neutral about the technologies at issue in a Wednesday press release, but that it's anything but neutral when it comes to investor protection. As alleged in the complaint, Sun and the others used an age-old playbook to mislead and harm investors by first offering securities without complying with registration and disclosure requirements, and then manipulating the market for those very securities. At the same time, Sun paid celebrities with millions of social media followers to tout these very securities while specifically directing that they would not disclose their compensation, the SEC said. Also on Wednesday, Coinbase said it received a Wells notice from the SEC. indicating that the agency is looking into activities related to listing securities and staking crypto tokens on its platform. If Coinbase's response to the Wells notice does not settle the SEC's concerns, it is likely charges will be levied against what is seen as the most reputable crypto exchange in the industry. The US crypto regulatory environment needs more guidance, not more enforcement, Coinbase said in a response to the Wells notice. We asked the SEC for reasonable crypto rules for Americans. We got legal threats instead. But Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong said he is looking forward to a potential legal confrontation with the SEC, saying on Twitter that the legal process will provide an open and public forum before an unbiased body where we will be able to make clear for all to see that the SEC simply has not been fair, it has not been reasonable, or has not even demonstrated a seriousness of purpose when it comes to its engagement on digital assets. Strong talk there from Coinbase. Let's see how this one plays out. But yes, wow, big news there for many of us out there who use Coinbase on a day-to-day basis for trading our cryptos, and now it looks like the SEC are coming after them as well. The next article here on Seeking Alpha, the SEC warns of significant risk of loss for crypto investors. A day after sending out a Wells notice to cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase Global, the US Securities and Exchange Commission issued an investor alert warning that the risk of loss for crypto asset investors remains significant, according to a Thursday bulletin. Moreover, the Regulator's Office of Investors Education and Advocacy voiced concerns about the crypto trading platforms that may not be complying with federal security laws. On Wednesday, Coinbase received a warning that SEC staff recommended enforcement action against the company for allegedly breaching security laws. That drove Oppenheimers to downgrade the centralized exchange stock to perform and spurred a couple of SA contributors to get bearish, including Cashflow Hunter, who had correctly predicted the demise of the Silicon Valley Bank. More details on that there. But elsewhere, the recent economic report of the president also bashed the digital asset industry, saying crypto assets are mostly speculative investment vehicles and generally do not perform all the functions of money as effectively as sovereign money such as the US dollar. Do we believe that? Hell no. Interesting news there. Have a read of that. The links are down below. On digital assets here from Forbes, banks are melting. Elon Musk sends a warning to Joe Biden and the Fed amid wild Bitcoin, Ethereum and crypto price springs. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies have rocketed higher over the last week as Silicon Valley Bank-led banking crisis sparks worrying hyperinflation fears. The Bitcoin price has added almost 50% since early March, helping Ethereum price and other cryptocurrencies rally. Due to rising expectations, the Federal Reserve will pivot from its hawkish stance in the face of slowing inflation and bank collapses. Now Tesla billionaire Elon Musk is waded into the debate, sending a warning to US President Joe Biden after the Federal Reserve raised interest rates again. And he went on to say here, "The banks are melting," Musk replied to a Twitter post by Biden that referenced his administration's climate change achievements over his first year in office. Three US banks, Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and Silvergate Bank, have all collapsed this month, partly due to the interest rate rise wiping out the value of bonds that they held. Meanwhile, shares in the First Republic Bank have crashed 90% over the last month, failing again this week on reports that it may need to raise more funds, being thrown a $30 billion lifeline by larger rivals. And in Europe, long-time basket case Credit Suisse has been hastily sold to a rival, UBS, in a deal that values it at a fraction of what it was worth just weeks ago. So crazy news out there, and as I said, there's more information there on, so please read all this because we're going for crazy times at the moment. No one really knows what's going on with it, either the crypto market or the financial markets, but they are haywire. An interesting post here on Finbold. Peter Schiff warns current crisis is a sequel to 2008 and will be more severe. Amid the wide-reaching crisis that has already crashed several large banks and put more at risk, the CEO of Euro Pacific Asset Management, Peter Schiff, has compared the current situation to the 2008 financial crisis and described it as a sequel that is going to be worse than its predecessor. Schiff was commenting this week on an earlier tweet in which he stated that Credit Suisse was a victim of the Swiss central bank's negative interest rate policy, and the Swiss would pick up the tab with higher inflation. But he also noted that the inflation would be much higher in the United States. Explaining his views, the stockbroker said that the US Federal Reserve had created another financial crisis, and the media is reluctant to call it a financial crisis. They keep saying it's a banking crisis. And then he further pointed out the financial crisis of 2008 was a banking crisis. Nobody wants to say that because they don't want to invoke memories and comparisons to 2008. But this is a sequel to 2008, and like all sequels, this one's going to be worse. So have a look at that. Read, look at what these people are saying. It's looking bad out there at the moment. So be very careful on what you do. So as we always do with this, we're next going to go into some crypto, some new stuff that we get on the videos. Videos are a great way for you to get good resources, good information, especially YouTube. A fantastic resource for crypto information and banking information right now. Here's one here, and this is CNBC Television here. Montenegro officials announced arrest and Coinbase's potential SEC charges. So that's a good one there. That goes on for around about 11 minutes. Good video. Have a look at that as an overview. The next one I chose here is cryptocurrency crackdown hearing, and here's what's going on. And this is from Coin Bureau. Again, this goes on for around about 27 minutes. Really good overview video. This guy really knows what he's doing. He puts out content several times a week. Fantastic stuff. Really good information on that one. The final video I got for you to watch today is again from Coin Bureau, but this is another service that they run on another channel called their Clip service. And this is generally 17, nearly going on 18 minutes of the main introduction guy here, answering questions about Bitcoin and all other questions, ChatGPT, CBDCs, all that kind of stuff. So again, general information for you here, but also good information resource for you to find out what's going on in the world. So that's pretty much it for this week. Thank you for your support. Please click the links down below and subscribe. Leave any comments down below for us as well. Be careful out there. It's a crazy world at the moment. It could go either way. Anything could happen right now. It's just absolutely crazy out there. So be very careful. Have a great week ahead. Namaste, and we'll see you soon.